This video is sponsored by the Wandering Tavern. More info later in the video. What happens when you fuse a turtle with a Dragonborn? In 5th edition, Dragonturtles are one of the most awe-inspiring monsters in the game, as it takes the dragon out of the skies and into the ocean depths, and sprinkles a bit of kaiju flavor on top. Similarly, Dragonborn lets players play a dragon without actually playing the mythic beast. While the baseline dragons have a Dragonborn counterpart, the Dragon Turtle is left out in the cold. Hey everyone, this is Josh, welcome to Dungeoneers Pack. In this video, I will be having the Tortle and Dragonborn do a fusion dance to allow you to play a hero and a half shell with some nasty breath. I will be going over the Dragonturtleborn lore, their abilities, some character ideas, and ways your table could include this player option in some of the official 5th edition settings. Starting with the lore, the truth is, Dragonturtleborn are not an official species and don't exist in any setting or edition of D&D. So that means we're going to have to follow the unwritten rule of TTRPGs. We're gonna make it up. Instead, let us take a brief look at the official Dragonturtle and Dragonborn lore and take inspiration from that to make something new. Dragonturtles are massive ocean-dwelling units the size of islands. Like other dragons, they love treasure. Dragonturtles are known to pillage sunken vessels and underwater ruins for treasure to take back to their underwater lairs. They are territorial, which causes them to be fiercely independent, but that doesn't mean they are not social. While they typically won't be found roaming the oceans with each other, Dragonturtles will gladly take bribes of treasure from pirates to help them plunder other vessels, or if they happen to find their way to the plane of water, a Dragonturtle may come under the service of a powerful Merid. Now switching gears to the Dragonborn, they are defined as a people who are devoted to their clans above all else. They are loyal to those that they view as their kin and conduct themselves to the ideals of their clan. The Dragonborn and Dragonturtle are similar in that they are both somewhat isolationist. While the Dragonturtle displays this by being territorial, and for the most part living alone, members of Dragonborn clans seek to play their part in their community and only seek help from others in their clan. If by chance they do need help, they seek out other Dragonborn clans before attempting to request aid from other people. Taking both pieces of lore into account, Dragonturtleborn can be a species that tends to create settlements near bodies of water. When they first arrive in the world, they amass a seafaring empire on an isolated chain of islands. Either through a catastrophic event or the need for resources to sustain their society, Dragonturtleborn began to expand throughout the world. While some clans try to maintain the traditions of their culture, others develop new customs, adopted behavior from nearby settlements, or integrated themselves into larger communities. Their amphibious nature has them easily finding work in sea-related professions. Dragonturtleborn can be found on ships whether they belong to merchants, the navy, or pirates. While Dragonborn come in a variety of colors, Dragonturtleborn tend to have scales that range from dark grayish blues to seafoam greens. Ultimately, Dragonturtleborn are multifaceted people. Like their Dragonborn cousins, they have deep ties to their family and seek to uphold the ideals of their family and community. I'm switching it up this video, and instead of getting into the abilities of the Dragonturtleborn next, I'm going to jump into how you can fit them into some of the official settings. Since the lore I created for this species is admittedly sparse, the settings will do much of the heavy lifting. Speaking of settings, you could take your characters to the setting of today's sponsor, the Wandering Tavern. The Wandering Tavern is a new setting by Homie and the Dude that will take you to the skies to explore the floating megacity inspired by the fantasy and whimsy of Studio Ghibli. Dungeon Masters will have all the tools needed to create a skyfaring adventure. Explore every inch of the Wandering Tavern with 15 giant battle maps. Make the Wandering Tavern feel alive with 33 NPCs ready to interact with your players. Send your heroes on a quest through the various levels of the floating city with 30 plot hooks at your fingertips. There is much more to uncover and explore, such as new magic items and airship rules to plug right into your game. You can check out the Kickstarter for the Wandering Tavern in the affiliate link in the description. With that said, we'll start in the Forgotten Realms. All Dragonborn hail from the realm of Abir before it was ripped from the realm and merged with Toril. The lands that the Dragonborn lived on literally crash-landed and is now known as the nation of Timanther. Dragonborn from Timanther developed a militaristic society due to the Dracolich known as the Jetbone Tyrant constantly raiding their homes back on Abir. This has caused a deep-seated cultural hatred for dragons despite Dragonborn having draconic ancestry. Yet this still hasn't prevented dragon-based faiths from being practiced in the kingdom, as Bahamut has an official church in the nation, while worshipping Tiamat is forbidden by law, with some Dragonborn doing so in secret. Dragonturtleborn could be key members of their naval branch of the military, as well as the cornerstone of their fishing industry. Moving over to the pulp noir fantasy setting of Eberron, Dragonborn are found in 2 locations in the world, Arganesson and Kabara. Not much is known about the continent of Arganesson. According to the official lore, Arganesson is the haven of the dragons of the setting. Very rarely do the dragons leave Arganesson unless there is a world-threatening event. In most cases, Dragonborn are sent from the continent to act as agents of the dragons to protect the world from the overlords and the lords of dust. A Dragonturtleborn could be one of these agents sent by a Dragonturtle elder to thwart the lords of dust from attempting to break the seals keeping the overlords imprisoned. This leads us to Kabara. The new nation of Kabara is an unexplored jungle filled with lizard folk, kobolds, and dinosaurs. Dragonborn migrated from Arganessen to the land and quickly developed a settlement. That settlement is now a stronghold, with the Dragonborn creating their own path and establishing trade relations with other nations of Corvair. Can you guess the role the Dragonturtleborn can have in Kabara? You guessed it? They could be part of the naval and developing fishery industry for this new nation. You're probably tired of me suggesting this, but come on, they are part turtle. Dragonturtleborn could also be one of many emissaries sent by land or sea to establish trade relations for their growing settlement. The last setting that Dragonturtleborn could slot right into is Ravnica. Don't worry, they aren't going to be some badass draconic Navy SEALs in this setting. Instead, Dragonturtleborn can find a home with the Simic Combine. The Simic are magical biologists, looking to take various aspects from plants and animals to create new life forms or enhance them. The Dragonturtleborn could very well be a species of humanoid created in this fashion. They could have been turtles infused with draconic essence that had evolved through the guild's magic. Now they have flourished, with some Dragonturtleborn joining the ranks of the guild, while others have forged their own path in the city, remaining guildless, or have found faith through the songs of the Selesnya Conclave. Now let's take a look at what the Dragonturtleborn will be able to do. The inspiration from the traits take a bit of design ideas from the Dragonborn featured in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons and the monster stat block for Dragonturtles. Dragonturtleborn are the humanoid creature type and the medium size, just like their Dragonborn cousins. They have the standard 30 feet walking speed, but since they are amphibious, they have a swim speed equal to their walking speed. To use that swim speed, Dragonturtleborn have the hold breath trait, which will allow them to hold their breath for up to 1 hour. A Dragonborn wouldn't be complete without a Dragon Breath weapon, and the Dragonturtleborn are no different. While Dragon Breath weapons range from the classic flamethrower carpet bomb to the vomiting acid spit, a Dragonturtle's breath weapon feels mundane but is still downright painful. They can heat up the moisture in the air or the ocean waters and burn up the party with some steam. Dragonturtleborn are no different and have a steam breath weapon. As an action, a Dragonturtleborn will be able to unleash hot steam in a 15-foot cone. Each creature caught in the area must make a dexterity saving throw, and if they fail, they take 1d10 fire damage. If they succeed on the saving throw, they only take half. Just like the Fizban's Dragonborn breath weapons, the steam breath damage also scales as the character levels and adds a d10 to the damage rolls at 5th, 11th, and 17th levels. The steam breath weapon is slightly different from other breath weapons though. If your Dragonturtleborn is using the breath weapon in water, creatures caught in the area have disadvantage on the saving throw against it. This is inspired by the trait in the Dragonturtle Steam Breath Weapon ability, because while underwater, any creature they hit with their breath weapon cannot resist the damage from it. The last two traits add some defensive power to the species. Draconic Resistance functions just like the trait found in other Dragonborn, but instead of having a single resistance, the Dragonturtleborn have two. They are resistant to cold and fire damage. This is attributed to their amphibious nature, with cold resistance stemming from being able to travel the ocean depths, while fire resistance is attributed to their breath weapon and existence near areas with heavy volcanic activity. The last defensive feature is to address that spiky shell on their back. I had a big issue with the way the Tortle shell functioned, as it prevented it from being a playable option for the Armor Artificer. To prevent this, the Dragonturtleborn have natural armor, which will give them an armor class equal to 13 plus their Constitution modifier. This allows them to still wear armor while also playing into the fantasy of having natural defenses. Now here are some character ideas to get you out of your shell and play a Dragonturtleborn hero. I've mentioned it enough times in this video, so I'll only have to say it here briefly. A sailor or fisher Dragonturtleborn is pretty on brand. If you want a twist to this, make them a pirate who has broken away from their clan, or was part of a ragtag group of Dragonborn that sailed the seas on their own terms. The Tempest Cleric, Swashbuckler Rogue, or Fathomless Warlock are all solid choices to evoke the life of the high seas, alongside the pirate variant of the mariner background. Another character idea takes some lore from the Dragon Turtle. The sea-dwelling dragon can at times find themselves in the elemental plane of water and under the service of a powerful Merid. Your Dragonturtleborn could be just like the full-fledged dragon and be in service of a Merid. Maybe your Dragonturtleborn is from a clan that has created a settlement on a long-dead dragon turtle and uncovered a relic that once had the dragon turtle in the service of the water genie. Your character unlocked the secrets of the relic and is now bound to that same genie. They travel the world doing their patron's bidding in hopes of breaking the pact so that they can return home. Another idea is that your Dragonturtleborn could have been a dragon turtle that was punished by the Merid and shrunk down to a humanoid size. Your character travels the world on their master's behalf so that one day they can be restored to their former self. The Genie Patron Warlock is a no-brainer for this, and just choose the Merid option for the aquatic abilities. Ultimately, this plays on the usual Warlock-Patron relationship tropes. Consider how your Dragonturtleborn serves their patron. Are they a willing servant, or are they looking for any chance they can to break away? The last idea I have for you is for you to live out your kaiju city-smashing dreams. A big part of the kaiju genre is the reputation of the monster. The way you play your Dragonturtleborn could follow in a similar fashion. Are you a guardian of the people and a friend to children, or are you a destructive terror that attacks their enemies with reckless abandon? The folk hero background fits the Dragonturtleborn who wants to lean into that guardian reputation. I would suggest a criminal background for those who want to have a bad reputation. A kaiju like Dragonturtleborn wouldn't feel right without having the ability to change your size. Consider playing the Rune Knight Fighter if you want to hit your enemies hard and have a ton of utility with the rune options. The Giant Barbarian is another solid subclass if you want to just get big and smash your enemies into the ground. With that said, if you want to play a Dragonturtleborn, you can get the species option in the description below for free. For patrons, you can get a PDF copy with art by Mick Cortez on Patreon. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know in the description, and let me know what other D&D monsters should be player options you'd like to see. Alright, I'm out of here, have a good one.